right, so now we're gonna mobilize and free up our thoracic spine. So that's the spine basically in the area of the rib cage. And it's really important that our thoracic spine is moving, because if it's not, the lumbar spine starts taking on jobs that it's not designed for. And that's one of the biggest reasons that the lower back starts hurting, or that we have dysfunction in the lower back. So with the Moball Roller, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure there's a little bit of space. So one big finger or two small fingers space in between the balls is pretty good. That's gonna be perfect for your vertebrae to comfortably go in between. We're gonna get set up on the floor, and really wanna encourage you guys, if you're new to this, or just in general, if you have a tendency to go overdo things sometimes, have a pillow or have a blanket. We can have the pillow back behind as a soft landing point, or we can drape the blanket over the Moball Roller to soften it a little bit, allowing you to feel more comfortable and get the best benefit. So once Julia is on the roller, she's a little bit below south of the shoulder blades, and she's just gonna get familiar with how that roller feels. She's gonna let her body be like, okay, this is what we're doing. Taking a few deep breaths, supporting the head with the hands so that the neck can stay relaxed. And once the body feels like, okay, I feel what's going on here, then we can actually go into some movement. So we're actually gonna be mobilizing through movement as opposed to just doing tissue release. So the first 2 or 3 reps, you're just gonna take it really easy. Your head, shoulders, and elbows are gonna drop back, keeping it comfortable, like a 5 out of 10 intensity, and then coming right back up. Even I've done hundreds, probably thousands of these, and some days I still need the pillow. So don't feel there's anything wrong with putting that pillow underneath as a soft landing. Now that the joints are moving, the body has felt out the roller and the movement, we're gonna lock the lumbar spine into a little bit more of a static position so that it's not moving around. So if we put our thumbs at the bottom of our rib cage and then any finger at the bony prominence on our hip here, we want that those 2 points to stay fairly close. So you're going to engage the muscles around your belly button, and the goal is to keep the hips as still as possible now. We're going to do the same exact movement, so now that you kind of have that kind of felt out, you're going to notice you can't go quite as far, and that's totally normal. So she's going to drop back, head goes back, elbows go back, shoulders go back, noticing she can mainly move in the thoracic spine, but not too much in the hips and lower back now. And let's go ahead and do 3 or 4 more with focusing just on that thoracic spine. It's going to feel different. It's going to feel weird. That's very normal. Beautiful. The reason we do this is so often when people are limited in their thoracic spine and we see them move, their hips and their lower backs moving all over the place to compensate for their lack of thoracic mobility. Very common because we sit and things get all locked up. Beautiful. After a handful, somewhere between, I would say 5 and 8 is a good number. She's going to scoot her hips that way towards her feet so that we're now higher up on the spine. We're probably now in between the shoulder blades. Taking a few moments, breathe, let your body get used to the roller. Sometimes it gets more intense as we're on different muscle and tissue, different fascia, but same exact process. Maybe just doing 1 or 2 just to kind of feel it out. Dropping back into thoracic extension, head, shoulders, and elbows drop back. And once you have felt it out, then you're going to be a little bit more controlled, engaging the abdominal muscles, keeping the hips in place, and then trying to keep the movement as much in the upper body as possible. Beautiful.
Oh, it's harder here.
Yeah. Just for time's sake, we're going to move on, but like 5 to 8 reps is a really good rep count. We're going to do one more time a little bit higher up, still staying below the neck, but you're probably kind of near the top of the shoulder blades, the scapula. For me, this is the most intense spot, so I don't move as much, nor are we able to move as much in this spot. Same exact process, feel it out. Do a few reps just to get things moving, and then engage the abdominals to hold the hips in place. Whew. So I will say, having coached this hundreds of times, a lot of people have a tendency to either move too fast or tense their body up way too much. So those are the two things to really look out for. When in doubt, slow it down, breathe, get in a position and a movement that's more comfortable.